DA Sports coverage of the NFL has us on the west coast of the Sunshine State. Downtown Tampa's the spot, Raymond James Stadium. Today it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. That's about as exciting of a one-yard run as you're going to see. Finding a way to dodge that first would-be tackler. But again, just 1 yard out of it. 2nd down and 8. Mayfield to throw it. This one swung out here to Jones. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Hey, alert, alert! Alert, alert!
Now a handoff. Running left is Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. To throw, Mayfield. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 40. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Chase Young. The Bucs at 4 and 8 now on the year. They were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape preparing for this, what we saw was a team that competed hard. And they played well all 3 phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup.
What's that?
An inside give to Jones. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And now Mayfield on the bootleg. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right, he had it. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Cade Otton laying himself out in the end zone. And the Bucs will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. If they keep doing that in the fourth quarter, that's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Looking to put a drive together.
Check White. There. Greg, 38. Check Smash. Hut, hut.
A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay. Against the pass, they've had some issues. Ranked number 23 in the NFL right now.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Open man is tipped him. Will go down as a gain of 6. And now 1 yard to go on third down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, they just...
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. They brought him in off the corner, and he gets in to drop him for a loss of 4. On fourth down, the Saints' new man for 2025, Kai Kroger on to punt. As he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out first and 10. Yeah, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Out of his end zone, Mayfield. He's got his receiver. That's Ibuka. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
On first and 10, here's Irvin. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Well, this defense for the Saints, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down. And the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on a skill position, guys. Those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down.
180. What's up?
A first carry for Rachaad White. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they've got it with a third down coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. This would be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Let's go now. Yellow, 22.
They'll fake the give, and here's Rattler. He'll try and do this himself. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3-and-out.
He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got to lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, trying to atone for it here on this drive.
Point it right.
Mayfield looks to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way to the opposite 48. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 42 yards. Now, Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And, Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turn around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a game. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play. I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Mayfield. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he'll get nothing out of that one. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. An audible here to get a new look. 4th down, Mayfield. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A Big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on fourth.
At the 20-yard line.
Both sides were holding their breath there on that fourth down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Second down and 6 now. Now a first carry for their fullback. He will push his way down to about the 14. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Not a big run, not an explosive run, but they've held the ball for plenty of plays on this drive. They're just trying to impose their will on the defense right now.
Run.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on third down.
King.
Here's Mayfield. He'll try and do this himself. That's caught by Tucker. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Sean Tucker, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Buccaneers go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Buccaneers 14, Saints nothing. Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Saints take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
38.
Second down, and it's Kamara again. They're only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
Sometimes your process get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Third and 8.
Here with 10 cycles. 33. Yellow. Smash.
They run it again with Kamara. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So on 4th down, Kai Kroger on to punt for New Orleans. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. He's going to look deep down the field. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. second down. Now, these two teams, you might recall, met back in mid-season, week 8 to be exact. And it was the visiting Bucs who came away victorious, so they'll look to claim the season series with a win here in Tampa. Mayfield down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Here is third down and 4. Throwing, Mayfield. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
He's just called, as we just saw it right there, a breakdown defensively. Seems like no one went with the tight end, and no one really did. Had all sorts of space in the middle of the field. Yeah, everyone else was covered, but he was not. Big play results.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
Now, partner, it's almost a little jarring to see a holder set up on the other side of midfield. I brought out my binoculars to make sure on that one. That is showing an awful lot of confidence in a kicker to try and hit from 61 yards. And this one winds up no good.
Ready. Set, hut. Right, 95. Ready.
They'll throw now on the final play. And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A 2-touchdown game, 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in this second half. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I established the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think they get back in balance. It'll help them when they put the ball back in the air. I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive.
Yellow, 43. Ready.
Throwing is Rattler. Tries the left side and finds Olave. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
5-yard pickup on the play. And it's third down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
52. 10 black.
A short one there, caught by Likely. And he is going to have a Saints first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Down.
A gain of 5.
45.
First down,
Right.
Saints.
They'll go play action here with Rattler. No hesitation, goes right back to Likely. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Rattler going to look to throw again. Now he's going to step up and run. That's completed right side to Palmer. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. He was out there waving his arms. When you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Here's Rattler. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
60 red. 60 red.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he is going to have a Saints first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
Well, they still have time to get them established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Black, 95. 43 red.
It looks like they'll move things around here.
Red, cycle. Cut.
To the air is Rattler. And this is caught. Touchdown. Chris Olave, 37 yards. And the Saints are back within a score. For quarterbacks, there are a number of ways to measure a good statistical season. This is one of them. That last touchdown pass, his 30th on the year. Back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try to make sure that momentum stays in your camp.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
Will try and do this himself. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Credit Brian Brzee in there to greet him and drop him for a loss. Run coverage excellent there from the defensive end position.
How many times do we sit with coaches and they talk about a base defensive end, a guy who can anchor and play with leverage? We just saw a great example of it. And how about the bonus, tackling the runner for a loss?
Now Mayfield. And he whips that one incomplete there. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. It's caught by Mike Evans. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 33. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Mayfield to throw it. Looking Mike Evans' way again, and he's got another one. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So here's a first and 10 now down inside the 20. Mayfield with it once more. And this is caught by Evans. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Irving is into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown.
And that right there is a definition of a statement drive. You're in the third quarter, trying to get to the finish line, and here they were able to hold the ball for a long time and move it down the field. And how about them finishing it off with the touchdown run? Winning football 101, check that box.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now.
21, Saints 6. Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And it'll end there as he goes out of bounds, but a heck of a return all the way inside the opposite 40.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
Here we go, set. Yeah, right.
Rattler wants to throw it. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, I feel like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Pause, red.
Rattler from the gun, third down. And that is incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th.
33, yellow, hut.
They'll go. Here's Rattler. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. And the Bucs are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Intercepted. Turnover on down.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. And he is going to lose yardage here. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily, you're right, but he did there. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. The offense on third down, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 6. Now he's going to step up and run. That's caught at the 25. Now they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. And that one results in 35 yards.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Here's Tucker. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Second and 10 at the Saints' 24-yard line.
To throw, Mayfield. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
180. Hey, alert 33. What's up?
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And the Saints are right back in this football game. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if to call it revenge, but got a play done against him. And that's been...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Still going. Touchdown, New Orleans. Trey Palmer, 78 yards. And the Saints get a bit closer. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Saints 12. Blake Grupe to kick off for the Saints.
After the touchdown, here's Grupe to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
It's a gain of 16, first down Tampa Bay.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
180. What's up?
Baker going to give it to Irving. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
180. Scott.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. Man, and he hits him in stride. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. A run up the middle with Irving. Escapes the defender. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Bucky Irving with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bucs have extended their lead to 15 now here in the 4th. McLaughlin for the extra point. And that one could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead.
Saints 12. Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Set. You. Yellow. Yellow. 22. Hut.
Now Rattler. And that's going to be incomplete.
That was one they needed to connect on. They're down, but not quite out. So you have to figure, with under 2 minutes to play, they need to hit on something in very short order.
Here's 2nd down.
Ready. 60 ready. 60 ready. Ready.
They'll throw. Here's Rattler. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Touchdown, New Orleans. Chris Olave, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints are able to cut into that deficit. And he continues to be a focal point of this offense. That's now 10 touchdown catches for him on the year. So the touchdown was big. This almost equally big as he'll try to get it to a 1-score game with a 2-point conversion. That's caught at the 2. But he will not get into the end zone. And that one hurts as it will remain a 2-score game here in the 4th.
To kick off for the Saints.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. Check, check, check. Good. Done.
Straight ahead, it's Irvin. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
4:33. Good. 20. Point it right, point it right, point it right.
Now Mayfield. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
That's done.
And they'll run with Tucker. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a fourth down.
It's fourth down.
Here's Riley Dixon now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. This is 1st and 10.
Blaster, stick, back, ready. 33, yellow. Right, white. Eagle blue. Ready.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. So it's a win for the Bucs here, and it was thanks in large part to the play of their quarterback, CD, Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, some of these DBs are going to be tossing and turning tonight, partner. He really had their number. Wound up with well over 300 yards passing and 2 touchdowns to boot.
So for the Buccaneers, the win is their 5th of the year as they move to 5-8. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, it's a loss that could have implications on the playoff race as they fall to 9-4. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.